Hey there, you seem lost. This is the channel formerly known as Storycraft Studio. Now it's Lemon Sunset. I'll talk about that in a future video, but right now we're making a doll for Pride. A pansexual flag jellyfish mermaid. We'll be using this hair-amazing doll. She's a budget mermaid, and I will be turning her into an unconventional one. These dolls are about $5 at Walmart and have very limited articulation, but that's fine. First step, legs off. Very violent. Deeply satisfying. We're moving on to her clothes, which make the body of the jellyfish. For the bell I made a circle skirt out of yellow cotton. I cut out 2 circles and sew them together on my machine. I was feeling clever and used a pin taped to the edge of the machine to make sure I sewed a perfect circle. I messed up the measurement on the first try, but got it on the second. It was my first time trying this, but not my last since it worked well. For the petticoat I took hot pink tulle and ruffled it on the machine. I folded it in half to get more volume, but I think I should have left it unfolded and just done more. I'll see on my next jelly. For the top I took some stretchy yellow fabric and simply hand-stitched it as a tube top. For the oral tentacles, hate that term, I tried 2 things. First, I ruffled some tulle in yellow, pink, and blue, but that didn't achieve the look I wanted. I used them in a different way anyway. I got some hot pink satin and marked out 3 circles. I painted both sides with some extreme glitter paint and dragonfly glaze to stabilize the fabric. Once dried, I cut them in a spiral to achieve some. I don't know the term, I know there is one, but the point is they're fun and twisty. They're not accurate to real oral tentacles, but neither is having a girl popping out the top, so who cares? I like them, but on one of them I cut it really tight, so it came out too long and I ended up cutting it in half. Finally, it's time for the face up. I removed the paint with goof off screen and cleaned it up with warm soapy water. I used MSC to seal it, then did the first sketch layer, again off screen to make sure it came out how I wanted. She gets a cute little smirk and rainbow eyes because I couldn't decide which color to use, so I just chose them all. It comes out very pretty. I also used hot pink for the lips and yellow for eyeshadow. The rest of the layers are just deepening the colors until I get near the end. I decided the face needed more detail, so I put a rainbow of swirls on her left temple and right cheek. I'm not used to giving characters, let alone dolls, face paint, but I like it. I had some trouble getting the pink and orange dark enough, so I went over them with my paint pens later. They don't match the texture of the rest of the swirls, but I don't totally hate the results, they're fine. Final details are eye whites and gloss. Unfortunately, the whites ended up a bit bigger than I intended and obscured the rainbow irises, but the gloss pulled it back. Despite some of the hiccups, I think she may be one of my best face-ups to date, and I really enjoyed working with this face mold. I'm definitely getting more of these in the future. Now it's time to finish the doll. I basically just hot glue the whole thing together. It's not a pretty process, but here you go. I won't try to narrate this, it's too insane, so this will be my end thoughts. This whole project was deeply experimental, so I wasn't as clever as I could have been, but that doesn't change the fact the results are amazing. Despite how it looks, I'm still not completely sure how to do circle skirts at doll scale, and I had a few blunders with the oral tentacles. I like the rose and tulle flag in the back, but they bow the back of the skirt, so I kind of wish I didn't add them, or at least did it better. But despite that, this project was a lot of fun and I'm absolutely doing more in the future. In fact, I have 2 waiting to be done. One that I started for mermaid and couldn't finish in time, and another that started as a normal mermaid, but I was too unhappy with to finish. I plan to finish them this summer and get them on here, so stay tuned for that. I've also got a video in the works on the channel name change and my new business. I bind fanfiction into physical books, and you can learn more about that in one of the links in the description below. I'm not back to making regular videos yet, I'm too busy, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I have some character design projects I want to share and more of my Lemons library shorts to add. If that sounds interesting, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video hit the thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and now we have the final results.